For all companies, past success is no guarantee of future success. Even successful companies fall short or face challenges and thus have to make changes. Control is a regulatory process of establishing standards to achieve organizational goals, comparing actual performance to the standards, and taking corrective action when necessary to restore performance to those standards. Control is achieved when behavior and work procedures conform to standards and when company goals are accomplished. Control is not just an after the fact process, however. Preventative measures are also a form of control. The control process begins when managers set goals by satisfying 90% of customers or increasing sales by 5%. Companies then specify the performance standards that must be met to accomplish those goals. Standards are a basis of comparison for measuring the extent to which the organizational performance is satisfactory or unsatisfactory. Standards can also be determined by benchmarking other companies. Benchmarking is the process of determining how well other companies, not just competitors, perform business functions or tasks. In other words, benchmarking is the process of determining other companies' standards. When setting standards by benchmarking, the first step is to determine what to benchmark. Organizations can benchmark anything from cycle time, how fast, to quality, how well, to price, how much. The next step in the control process is to compare actual performance to performance standards. Although this sounds straightforward, the quality of this comparison depends largely on the measurement and information systems a company uses to track performance. The better the system, the easier it is for companies to track their progress and identify problems that need to be fixed. The next step in the control process is to identify performance deviations, analyze those deviations, and then develop and implement programs to correct them. This is similar to the planning process. Regular, frequent performance feedback allows workers and managers to track their performance and make adjustments in effort, direction, and strategies. Control begins by setting standards, measuring performance, and then comparing performance to those standards. If the performance deviates from the standards, then managers and employees analyze the deviations and develop and implement corrective programs that they hope will achieve the desired performance by measuring the standards. Managers must repeat the entire process again and again in an endless feedback loop, a continuous process. Thus, control is not a one-time achievement or result. It continues over time, that is, it is dynamic, and requires daily, weekly, and monthly attention from managers to maintain performance levels at the standard, that is, it's cybernetic. Cybernetic derives from a Greek word meaning steersman, that is, one who steers or keeps on course. The control is cybernetic because consistent attention to the feedback loop is necessary to keep the company's activity on course. Control is achieved when behavior and work procedures conform to standards and goals are accomplished. By contrast, control loss occurs when behavior and work procedures do not conform to standards. To determine whether control is worthwhile, managers need to carefully assess regulation costs, that is, whether the costs and unintended consequences of control exceed its benefits. If a control process costs more than it benefits, it may not be worthwhile. Another factor to consider is cybernetic feasibility, the extent to which it's possible to implement each of the 3 steps in the control process. If one or more steps cannot be implemented, then maintaining effective control may be difficult or impossible.